Is around town with Smart Men's Business. I'm Joran Posonko and we're back to our discussion. We're talking the business environment ahead of the festive season. We are in COVID times, we are in lockdown times, should I call them quarantine? Those are some of the new words we got to realize after we were hit by the COVID-19 pandemic worldwide. So before the break, we're actually talking about the idea of the business. And ahead of the festive season, we are giving memories of Christmas back in the time and a lot more. Now, Andrew, have you tasted grasshoppers, by the way?
Once, just
this
period, just one time, which is quite rare.
Okay.
It's the very first time.
How much did you buy the ones you got?
Actually, I got them from a friend. I'd got
grasshoppers are quite expensive lately.
Yeah, lately.
And, if you're to go in most of the markets, back in the time we used to get grasshoppers at 500.
500, yeah.
Now, if someone helps you to give you grasshoppers of 1,000, it will be a spoon of 500. For you to actually enjoy the grasshoppers, you need to have 5,000.
5,000, exactly.
So I think it is now the market that is actually trying to show that our money is losing value. Because how can you tell me to actually just get a small pack of grasshoppers? It is 5,000. Grasshoppers I used to get at 500.
Exactly.
So I think I've only got to test them once.
Cup at 15K.
15K.
Yeah.
And that is when you're eating serious grasshopper.
Exactly. So you can see how really things are very tight for the grasshoppers, dealers, definitely. Let's talk about the grasshopper dealers.
Very, very tight. And also let's also talk about the other businesses that are quite tight during this time. And this is the food sector. People who are dealing in restaurants, are they really making the money?
Actually, people dealing in already made food, like you said, restaurants, it's going to be a little bit challenging. But like these people who are dealing in like raw food, which is going to be prepared from home, definitely they're going to earn some good money. Because definitely people eat in the festive season. That is a must. People have to eat. So it's something they do always. So poultry dealers, cattle. I was surprised when I went to, in my home village, I was in Barra, Ibanda.
You come from Ibanda?
Yes.
Okay.
Ibanda. So, I mean, it's festive season, but man, people are killing cows. So I was imagining these people are really making some good money, despite the COVID situation. So that's why I say people dealing in two foods which are ready, raw foods, they stand a very high chance, unlike those that deal into prepared foods and they're selling something to someone. And I know people are very sensitive to prices. I will say, okay, now spending 15,000 to buy 5 pieces of meat. Why can't I get that and I get a kilo?
Surprisingly, these days people are also weighing
yes,
chicken. They can actually weigh for you. If you want a half kilo of chicken,
sure,
you get like 3 pieces. Depends on how the weighing scale is actually measuring this.
Okay.
You can actually get a quarter.
Of chicken.
Yes, I thought what because I remember a few weeks back, my mom was like, "Let me first go to Kajanse and buy a pot of chicken." I was like, "How do you buy a pot of chicken?" And she brought back 2 pieces of chicken, and it was surprising. So I usually thought this was only in supermarkets where they measure the grammages, maybe 500 grams, 250 grams. But it's now evident. People are trying to simplify life for others.
Exactly.
So in Uganda, you can now easily take something out there.
So
and also the other surprising part is I think one of the businesses that can never flop is the chapati business.
That one is all season.
Even during COVID, the Rolex guys were making their money.
Oh man, I know a guy in my home area. For him, what he used to do, and those days it was time when curfew was really very serious. You know what this guy used to do? At around 8, could be somewhere hiding, and then you come, hey, I want some. Guy comes out, and man, he could make chapatis in COVID, but could make money. People could come and buy. So it shows you that this is an older business, and it has no season. That this season is for chapatis,
and in any place you can make the money.
The money, yeah.
Because I think it is.
But the place I think also matters.
It matters on how much you're going
to make.
The location. But if you look at the Rolex business, I think it is the easiest snack here in Uganda. It represents. Every time I look at foods that represent us, I wanted to think Matoke represent us. But if you go to some parts of the country, everyone has got their local food that they prefer. In Ginger, the Basoga would prefer more of the sweet potatoes and what.
Yes.
But then, if you look at a Rolex, anywhere you go, regardless of the fact that when you go to Ginger, the guys are so good at making
the Rolex, yes.
but now people are also modernizing it with the Yuga roll, putting chicken and what.
Yes.
But it represents us as
the
Uganda.
Rolex, yes. Rolex is something. It's an international food, I think.
And it becomes becomes very simpler for you. You can have it for breakfast. Then you have maybe a chikomando for lunch. So life with the I think the chapati business is one that continuously grows.
Yeah.
Even if it is COVID. Even if it is COVID or festive season. I remember the first time when my brother was actually renting out, and he did not return home during Christmas celebrations. He told me, man, things are tight, things are really hard. Life is not good outside. So he was telling me, you can imagine today on Christmas, I have had a loaf of bread and soda. And he actually took a picture, and he also had a Tusker Light can with him. I was like, how can someone take beer with bread? So it was a weird combination, and I was like, things are really hard. And he said, in the night I'll go and have a Rolex and maybe a piece of chicken. You know, roasted chicken on the streets, and life moves on.
You know, it's interesting. I really like Rolex so much. You know, sometimes I can go back home and I find food, but I just refuse to eat the food.
Hey, Andrew likes Rolex, so
I just go get a Rolex.
So if I told you you're around Naguru or Tinda, you can actually deliver for him one. The head office says here, plot 29A Commercial Road.
I like Rolex so much.
And okay, away from talking about Rolex, you were talking about the fashion business making money.
Yeah.
Though my bigger worry is, we may think they would make the money, but back then they would make more money because people believed that during the festive season there was a time for us to go to the concerts, go for all these events. Maybe you're going to church, you want to wear a new suit for Christmas, you want to wear a new outfit. But this time around, it is only church. And church is actually segregative in the dress code. I wouldn't want to use segregative, but according to the way you have to dress.
Definitely decent. You have to be decent, and
Because I remember one time there was a lady who had worn some skimpy outfit at Christ the King Church. It was during Christmas. You know, during Christmas is when you see different faces of people attending church.
I've never been in church for the first time.
And I think the lady was not attending church.
Okay.
She was just coming in through. Maybe she has got her new outfit. She wants to showcase it out there, and they had to show her the way.
Oh, that was too rough.
So I think the fashion business may make the money, but at some extent they may not make the money because the entertainment business is not working. And maybe when someone just wants to look nice and take pictures and go to a nice place, a nice restaurant, take the snaps and what have you. But anyway, as for us, we shall be driving your business, and we shall surely be working on Christmas. So you know, when you're working, if you're tagged as an essential worker, this is where the essential working steps in, and you're like, hey. Even Christmas. This is being an essential worker. And it's because you're driving the business and giving people updates accordingly to what is making headlines from the Christmas area. Andrew, which advice can you give someone out there in ahead of the festive season? And you're like, first of all, let's drive it from the consumer. How should they spend their money wisely? Because you know, we all know January is a tough month, but things have turned around because people now have money in January more than they do even in December. But how should someone, what are those crucial things that people need to purchase during this time?
What I'm going to talk about now, on the side of the consumer, first of all, in my opinion, I think, because, you know, sometimes, I really don't know, sometimes when it comes to festive seasons, people tend to not to think at some point, you know, and they end up spending into things which are not really necessary, like alcohol. They think they're necessary.
Maybe they think about irrelevant things,
exactly. Because, I mean, somebody drinks themselves out to the extent, because first of all, you're spending money, you stand high chances of being robbed, because of definitely you're drunk, and another, what are you saving for January? You know, but it's okay to spend because you need to do the merrymaking. Definitely, I'm not saying don't do the merrymaking, do that, but spend on necessary things. And another thing, it's good to actually this Christmas. I would suggest people should save more.
Have you heard of some video that is making waves on social media? That if the money you have cannot solve the problem you have, eat that money. And they were actually saying that do not see a bag of cement in any money out there. So whenever you're telling people to save, you would find a challenge in most of the Ugandans, because most of the Ugandans prefer getting all their money, spending it all, and then working back to actually get more money. But of course, as we are driving your business, we continuously tell you, this is not the way you have to run your life. Spending money is okay if it is your money that you've worked for. And we're not stopping you from actually spending some little money, going for the merrymaking, or having some leisure time, because it's good for you to recess. Whether you're a business person or what, you can actually organize a party for yourself, treat yourself to a wonderful meal, treat yourself to a wonderful experience, maybe go for a trip, go for a tour, and maybe something like that, or go for a party in any way. But mind your finances, mind how you spend your finances, because it can actually affect you in the long run. Like you say, January. It may not be January, because but 2022, everyone makes something. You note down something that you want to achieve as the year starts up. And if you're to realize the reason as to why some of us fail to actually achieve these things is because, one, maybe the money, we don't have the money, or maybe we have some challenges, maybe sicknesses along the way, or some few challenges that cannot be avoided. Maybe things that are unavoidable that can actually come through and affect you throughout the year. But then when it comes to the money, when you have the money, try to use it and utilize it in the good way. And the good thing with COVID is that we've realized we can live without certain things. Back in the time, there were people who thought they couldn't live without partying in a bar. But now people realize you can actually not party in a bar, and still enjoy life and have your money.
And actually, at some point, the lockdown has played a positive role concerning people's financial disciplines. Trust me, I really don't know how much, some people would be financially currently. You mentioned of something of if you don't have money, which is enough, eat it.
No, I didn't mention it. It's a
saying. Definitely, it's a saying. But there is also something I read somewhere, a business tip. And this person was saying, don't see someone eating their fruits,
and it makes you eat your seed.
Very,
very important, by the way. And by the way, we all make that mistake. Normally, and in our generation, where people love fast things.
Exactly.
Because for you, looking at the other one getting a car at a very young age. The other one has built a house at a very young age.
Exactly.
The other person is actually making these trips to Dubai, trips to Paris, having expensive phones.
Exactly.
And they're living a luxurious lifestyle that you hope to do. This one is actually rubbing shoulders with the great people, the MPs, with the president, big business moguls, and you're like, when? Remember, he has actually passed through different dimensions of life. And then there is also you who has a different journey. So it is always to know how to spend your life.
It's very important. You see, concerning financial ethics, what I believe is that there is a wisdom to know that, okay, there is money you receive and you're supposed to eat it. That's the truth. There is money you receive and you're supposed to save it. There is money you receive and you're supposed to invest it. So it depends. So it calls for somebody to have that mentality, that wisdom of interpreting the situation, and know that I think with this is what I'm supposed to do, because that's what distinguishes people with who we think are rich, yet in actual sense they are not rich, but they are just wise. There are people we think they are rich because probably we see them spending money, but it's because they are doing the right thing at the right time, not because they're necessarily rich. But they just know what to do at that time. Now I'm supposed to invest. Now I'm supposed to save. Now I'm supposed to eat.
And they can easily tell and determine and manage their finances.
Exactly.
Speaking of, we are in the festive season. The environment, how is the atmosphere so far? Do you feel it is the rightful atmosphere for a festive season setting?
Not really, not at all. I will be honest with you. Not at all. Not at all. I think it's because currently people are traumatized, and I mean, this trauma has been really big, the COVID-19, and the fact that of that.
Scarcity of money.
Man has been really a
There's
bit
only
scarce.
a few people who have the money, and those who have it have plenty.
Exactly.
While us who don't have it and are looking for it have completely little.
Exactly. So it's a bit challenging. People have too much they're thinking about. You know, I was speaking to someone and telling them about the festive season, and she was a lady, surprisingly anyway, and she told me, you tell me about festive season. I haven't done up what I'm going to eat tomorrow. So how can I think about something which is going to happen a month from now? So how can I even have the mood for that?
By the way, you know, the one thing I also realized is that for the business community, unless when the person has a family to cater for, they have children, that is when they think about the festive season.
Exactly.
It's always the young children or the young people who think a lot about Christmas. But as you grow and you've left your home, you realize it's just like any other normal day.
It's a normal day. By the way,
it is just a day, because if it was back in the day, they would tell you it's a day you visit family. You can visit your family any other day you feel like.
Exactly.
And
it's the day you wear
and you spend
new
the food
clothes.
with new clothes. People are wearing now new clothes every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
So people are now changing the narrative. People are looking for money, and it's rare to find someone feeling so excited. That is why if a person my age, a person Andrew's age, to actually be found so excited about Christmas, trust me, people would think he's childish in the mentality. But when you find a young child, a high school scholar, and maybe a primary pupil, feeling excited about Christmas, you can easily tell. They just they need to get excited about
they have
this.
to. That's their age.
That is life.
That's the life. And also, it comes back to the people that are doing business. When they're targeting, they need to know what age group to target concerning Christmas. Because I remember, because the demand for products on Christmas is highly determined by the age group, actually. I'm coming to realize that. This when I'm growing up.
A 50-year-old will not
definitely
feel entitled to buy new clothes for
buying new
Christmas.
clothes for what?
Or buying food. And lately, back in the day, eating good food was for Christmas in most of the households. But now people are used to get people. It is a Monday, someone, or it is a Tuesday, someone can actually have chicken, fish, a heavy banquet,
actually,
a heavy buffet on the dining.
On the dining.
So things have changed, and I think it is just because of the generation. And the fact that people are now used to making money. People are now fronting money, prioritizing money. That if I don't have money, then the Christmas has no value at all.
There was a Christmas I ate beans deliberately, not because there was no chicken. It was there, but I just decided to be different. I mean,
you wanted to change the narrative.
I just didn't want to look like anyone else.
But I still feel that narrative is still in Uganda. It is still in the setting that if it's Christmas, you have to serve that chicken on the table. You have to serve the beef. And if you're a father, I think the pressure goes to the parents.
Oh my, it's too
much. You have to make sure that Christmas is memorable.
Memorable, yeah.
When I love drawing back to memories, in our African setting, it was when we had special, even at home there are those plates that are so special. When you know that these plates always come out when there's Christmas, a guest. Oh yeah. Or it is Christmas.
Yeah.
Then it's when you get a chance of eating on those plates. And after Christmas is done, they return back a full year without utilizing them. So those are some of the childhood memories that bring out the best in an African home.
And actually, even I remember on that aspect of clothes. You wear those clothes, Christmas, you keep them till the next Christmas.
Or maybe when it's a Sunday service,
there is a special visitor coming,
event, a party that you're going to. And so there is a way our African parents actually brought us, and I think the way we were groomed helped us understand the narrative of life. That life needs you to be disciplined and in order. And I pretty much guess that African setting, but for now, it becomes difficult with this generation of social media to try to drive your child in such an angle, forgive my use of words. But if you look at that, in such an angle, it is difficult. Because these children will actually tell you, no, it's not done that way. Here, someone can actually, back then we could only get a chance of wearing a latest brand shoe on Christmas. And that is when you've actually begged for it for a full year. Then your dad tells you or your mother, we shall get it for you on Christmas. So, but anyway, Christmas time is changing. Business is actually still normal.
Yeah.
Nothing so special about it. I haven't heard of a Christmas song on radio.
And even artists composing songs. Those days they used to compose Christmas songs, you know. Like in November, they're already really, coming out, but this during this time, things are a little bit different.
And people, by the way, in the arcades, arcades around Kampala, at such a time, people used to go for camping.
Sure.
People would actually go for campfires on different beaches and different tourist sites. People could actually, you know, these arcades, like people were actually working in the same arcade. Normally could get money, collect money. I don't know whether they're still doing the same thing, organized for a trip for a full week maybe. Normally it was actually 3 days. They would go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then they know that their festivities have started. Spend some money together, family time, come with their family, because it is time to do so. But now
socialize.
People are looking for money. COVID hasn't been good enough for them. But I think businesses will be making some money in one way or the other because, like you say, businesses are determined by the age bracket during festive season.
Festive season,
and which age is excited.
Like the excited
age that is actually going to get the money. But restaurants, I think, will make some money because some people are single and feel they will need to just go to a restaurant, and spend like a 50,000 and 100,000, spend their Christmas, and I can do so.
Do that.
You know, when you're still in a single life,
yes.
Life puts you in a setting that you need to get used to situations. Or maybe you go back home to your mother, to your fathers, and enjoy Christmas together. All right, now, Andrew, as we're summing up with the discussions also, let's hint on something. Tomorrow is 1st December 2021, and every 1st of December is annually is celebrated as the International AIDS Day. Uganda is among other countries trying to fight and end the HIV epidemic in the country. President Museveni in 2019 launched an initiative, a drive that will end HIV AIDS out of Uganda by 2030. I hope it comes to pass, and I hope we can actually achieve this if you and I come together. So we are on the theme of ending stigma, the HIV stigma. Anything about HIV AIDS, we have people who are living with HIV AIDS, and now they can actually feel free because the generation has actually changed. Stigma is actually no longer there.
Actually, it's not.
It is on rare occasions, and people are actually being welcomed. People with HIV/AIDS. We have people who grew up with HIV, born with it. Then we have other people who are actually depressed mentally when they get it during their adulthood.
Actually, talking about HIV/AIDS, I remember the very first time when HIV was really, when it hit Africa,
it was just like the COVID.
It was really very dangerous, and people, and a lot of definitely stigma was there. And those very few people that came up to say that they're HIV positive, they are really, I consider them heroes till then. But you know, as times go on, as you know, technology keeps on improving, but definitely they came up with cures to the extent that now the fear for HIV is no longer there. You know, so it's more like people now get married, get partners who are
people can publicly come out
publicly,
and say,
they can feel free to say that, because
though there are a few.
Okay, still the fear is still there.
The reason it is only maybe these ones who are celebrities and they feel they have nothing to lose. But there's some people who are still hiding the feeling that maybe if I say I'm HIV positive, because we all know Ugandans are quick to point fingers. I would say, now this one slept with men, this one, you know, things like that.
Yes.
But anyway, as we're celebrating this year's HIV, that is the International AIDS Day, there is always one thing that we need to understand as Ugandans, that it starts with you. There have always been the ideas that we need to do. There have always been safety measures that we need to follow, just like the standard operating procedures of COVID. Here, they normally tell us, abstain. I think abstaining goes to mainly the school-going children.
School-going, below 18, as long as you're below 18.
And anyone actually can abstain if at all you're not married, by the way. According to even the church setting, you should need to abstain
from sex.
Then there is being faithful, coming in this, the ABC, being faithful to your partner. You are married or you are in a relationship, you're supposed to. You're supposed to be faithful to your partner. You never know, you may carry it somewhere or the other. Because most of, if at all the two of you don't have it, we're not saying it's a crime to have it, but if the two of you don't have it, if you need to be faithful to one another, not sleeping around with any other person you find. And if at all you can't control and you can't be faithful, and you feel out there you'll be moving and you get in touch with someone, or if at all you're single but you're ready to mingle with any other person you meet, at least use a condom for your safety.
Exactly.
Surprisingly, in Uganda, people only use condoms. According to the survey that is coming out, the young people use condoms only to avoid pregnancy. Whew. And they want to eat things live.
But you see one thing about HIV. Because besides sex, because people are so reluctant, because the reason why they're doing that, when I meet some of them, their reason why they do that, they have this mentality that, you know that even that laser braid you made, and let me say it catch you by mistake, it can get you HIV/AIDS. So what are you trying? Okay, that mentality that HIV is not only spread through sex, but also other avenues. So they are willing to sacrifice and risk their lives concerning that matter by taking that step of not caring about their lives at the end of the day. So that's why they use the condoms for only, because they fear responsibility.
All right. Fear responsibility, like Andrew Baridi has mentioned here. But what you need to also know is that the fact that HIV/AIDS is real and is there. So we just need to stay safe together. But also tomorrow on the 1st December, you can actually go to any health center and still check on your HIV status and see whether you're positive or negative. And you can definitely check. Andrew, your last remarks as we're winding up with our discussion.
Well, to the viewers out there, first of all, let me talk about the festive season. On the side of the consumer, I'll say spend wisely, be smart, have a goal. Think about the future. Don't think that the festive season is only now. There are actually more festive seasons. Then on the side of the business person, be wise, take calculated risks. Yes, because, you know, things are changing now. It's not like how it used to be back in the day. So it's very wise. Make calculated investment decisions.
All right.
Yes.
Like Andrew said, take calculated investment decisions or saving decisions or spending decisions. Your finances, mind your finances very importantly. It has been Smart Means Business. Get to know fast everything to do with the forex rates and the prices out there in the country. It is Smart 24 TV. I'm Joram Paul Sonko. Ciao, adios.